All right, hey everybody, I just wanted to give you some more examples to do with you for this worksheet with the dividing the terms. So I'm going to take a look at number 18. So in 18, here we have, in parentheses, 12k to the fifth over 15k. Now notice everything is squared, so it's our fraction is squared. So that means that we have this whole term 2 times, okay? So we can write 12k to the fifth divided by 15k times 12k to the fifth divided by 15k, or we can use a shortcut. Everybody has to have that exponent of 2. So 12 has to have the exponent of 2, k to the fifth has to have the exponent of 2, down on the bottom, same thing. 15 has to have the exponent of 2, and k has to have the exponent of 2. You have everything 2 times. And remember, it's an exponent. So it's not 12 times 2, but 12 times 12, or 144. Now, this is our power rule. So anytime you have a power raised to a power, you multiply. K to the fifth times k to the fifth, or k to the fifth squared, gives me k to the 10th. On the bottom, 15 times 15, or 15 squared, gives me 225, and then we have k squared. All right, now we've done all of our multiplying, but we can simplify. And we can actually, for number 18, whenever it is a fraction, you can simplify first, which probably is a little bit easier. So I'll start with the exponents first, then I'll work with my numbers. Okay, so now the rule is when you have the same base, but you're dividing, you subtract the exponent. So if I have 10 k's up top and 2 k's on the bottom, when I simplify or divide, okay, I'm going to be left with 8 k's up top. I have 10 up top, 2 on the bottom, so when they cancel, left with 8 k's up top. Now you can also simplify between 144 and 225. So I'm going to divide both top and bottom by 3, and I'm using my calculator, so make sure you have your calculator with you. So if I divide top and bottom by 3, 144 divided by 3 is 48. 225 divided by 3 is 75. And I think I can even go one more. 75 divided by 3 and 48 divided by 3. Yeah, so let me go again. So I'm going to divide by another factor of 3. So 48 divided by 3 is 16, and 75 divided by 3 is 25. Now between 16 and 25, there's nothing else that I can simplify. So we can divide top and bottom by 6. Or even from the beginning, like since you have here 12 over 15, divide by 3 first. You'll be left with 4 or 5. Notice 4 squared is 16, 5 squared is 25. So probably a little bit easier to simplify first, and typically I do, but there we go. So that's number 18, 16k to the 8th over 25. I wanted to take a look and do a few others with you that look like they get a little complicated. So let's take a look at number 24 here, okay? All right, so in 24, notice there's a bunch of parentheses. So in my first parentheses, this 2 here goes to everybody on the inside. So 3 gets squared, and then the m squared gets squared. Whoops. And then in the second one, everybody gets an exponent of 2 here. So everybody here gets the 2. So negative 4 gets an exponent of 2. And then n to the 5th gets an exponent of 2. And then everybody on the bottom just stays as what it is. Okay, so that's 8m cubed n to the 4th. So you're having to do the exponents first. Okay, so up top, this changes into 9m to the power to a power multiply, m to the 4th. Negative 4 squared is negative 4 times negative 4, or negative 16. Remember, it's in multiplication, okay? And then here, power to a power, n to the 5th times n squared is n to the 10th. And this is all over 8m to the 3rd, n to the 4th, okay? All right, so I want to clean it up a little bit. Up top, I'm going to put my numbers together. You have 9 times negative 16, which is going to give me negative 144. Okay, so up top, put my numbers together, and then I have m to the 4th, n to the 10th, all over 8m to the 3rd, n to the 4th. All right, now, since all of our exponents are done, all of our parentheses are done, okay, so remember I'm going along with PEMDAS, okay, so make sure that we do that. So now I want to simplify. All right, between my numbers, 144, negative 144, and 8, I can divide top and bottom, I think, by 8. 144 goes in 8, and looking at my factors, that's true. So I'm going to be left with negative 18 up top and 1 on the bottom. Divide top and bottom by 8. Between my m's, you have m to the 4th and m to the 3rd on the bottom. So when we subtract, I'm left with 1m up top. And then you have n to the 10th times n to the 4th. When we subtract those, you're left with n to the 6th. And notice on the bottom, I'm left with 1. I don't have to rewrite that, so my final answer for in this case is just negative 18m n to the 6th here. Okay. All right, then I wanted to do a doozy with you. Let's take a look at number 26 here, and I'm going to do it on the left side. All right, change my color. Let's do some pink, okay? All right, so in number 26, notice it's like 24, but then, of course, they added this term to it, okay? So notice that when we're adding here, they have to be like terms, okay? So before I deal with adding, I want to take a look at just the first term and then do the same thing I did up in 24. All right, so notice in 26, there are no exponents on the outside of these parentheses, so everything's just multiply. So I want to bring all my like terms together. I'm going to take 8 times 3. I want to take r to the 5th times r to the 3rd. Okay, I'm breaking apart my parentheses. And remember, I can do that because we're in multiplication. The commutative property allows me to do that. I have s to the 2nd times s to the 4th. Okay, and this is all over 12r s to the 4th. Okay, now I have that plus 9 here. I'm just to save, well, I'll just write it because I should. All right, 9r to the 7th s squared. Okay, all right, so working up top, 8 times 3 gives me 24. Now when I'm multiplying with the same base, we add the exponents, so this is r to the 8th, s to the 6th, and this is all over 12r s to the 4th, and then remember we have plus 9r to the 7th s squared. All right, so between 24 and 12, divide top and bottom by 12. I'm left with 2 up top. R to the 8th divided by r to the 1st on the bottom leaves the r to the 7th. Okay, so I'm left with 1 on the bottom. And then s to the 6th divided by s to the 4th, I'm left with s squared. And this is plus 9r to the 7th s squared. And would you take a look at that? They have the same variables and the same exponent, which means these are like terms now after I simplify. So this big mess right here turned into this, and now after I simplify, these are like terms. So now I can combine them. 2r to the 7th s squared plus 9r to the 7th s squared gives me 11, and then you keep the like term. Remember, we're not multiplying anymore, we're combining them. So final answer for number 26 is 11r to the 7th s squared.